Okay, good afternoon everyone. You're joining us with very little audio today. We are on the Cambridge to Peterborough route by Alan Thompson Sim, and today we're driving class 317 between, that is also on service 1 Hotel 90, between London Liverpool Street and Kings Lane. We'll be driving on this route as far as Ely before the moving over to the Fen Lines route and driving up on into Kings Lane. Total journey time is going to be around 75 minutes, and we're going to just enjoy it today. So, as you can see, we're now approaching into Cambridge. Cambridge is actually quite a busy station. I bleed that speed out to 35 if we at all can. So unfortunately the stuttering, I think, is really what caused us issues there. That's fine, we can stay at 35 for now. And you can see we want to stop near the end of the platform there. And this is sort of designed to model a sort of 2015, 2016, 2017 sort of era on the line. So you can see we've got a great Northern Livery 317 in the platform there. But we've also got an ex-FCC Class 365. So we're aiming to stop actually after the crossovers here. And we're going to platform 4. As you can see, the theatre box is indicating. It's what you can see obviously the number 4 with the signal, so that's known as a theatre box. No idea why. And what we'll do is we'll aim to stop under this second footbridge. This looks like a class 156 in the platform on the left. Yep, there is. Okay, I may be stopping a little long here just because I did my notes for this with a 8 car, but actually this is a 4 car today. And that is why you set that up before you depart, which it won't let me for some reason, but you can see we are a class 317. We're operating as a 4 car today, so that obviously allows for that. So, I'm going to pause the video because we've got a couple of minutes wait here at Kings Lane, and we'll be right back. Okie doke, so we are very nearly ready to depart, so what I'm going to do is just hop in the cab in the meantime and do a quick cab tour whilst we wait for the departure. So, quick tour around the cab. Got a Westcote 3-step brake, step 1, 2, 3, and step 1, 2, full service and emergency. Windscreen wiper controls. I'm going to be moving away, so I'll do the move away. There you go, double bells, reverser forward, and we'll start off. So start speed limit is 35 miles an hour, with our next stop in about 5.3 miles at Waterbeach Station. The next station we'll pass will be is going to be Cambridge North. So once again, continue the cab tour around the loco, got the windscreen wiper controls there, got the TPWS, got the AWS reset, the horn controlled by the spacebar and the B key. There we go, got a memory sort of item there to help us remember what speed, so how many cars we've got, pantograph up down, open doors left right, speedometer, brake indicator, sander, line light, DRA, cab telephone. This has physics, which I think it's the 411 it has physics on. Sorry, my bad. TPWS controls, GSMR, and destination. And that is the extent of the cab of the Class 317. Or stuff that's really of interest. Oh. Hello, the 317. Thought has just occurred to me. We've driven all the way up here. Nope, we had the headlights right. That will happen every now and again. So yeah, you can see it's sort of towards the end of the evening rush. It's around 8 PM we're doing this run. So there's a couple of trains already in the sidings here at Cambridge. Got a couple of 365s. Yeah, pretty cool place. So now that we're actually on the main line, the line speed does increase to 70 miles an hour. just going to continue accelerating away, and you'll see we'll pass Cambridge North Station very soon. Unfortunately, I'm getting stuttering like anything right now, so I do apologise for that. Unfortunately, not a very great deal I can do. So let's go to an external camera helps, but you can see we're driving 317501, which is a 4 car. That's what the interior looks like, if that helps. You can see it's 8:15 at night, you've got a bit of noise in the interior there. I've just got the blind. Which, one thing I actually really like about this is just the various positions, because you've got that, right the way through that, which I really like. Then also got the cab windows, which we'll close them for now. But again, those sync to the exact position in the external camera, which I like a lot. So power off now, we're just going to coast for a bit. Green's coming on. After this bridge is Cambridge North. You can see we're going to go through platform 2 at Cambridge North, which is absolutely fine by me. And this is Cambridge North Station. And we'll just build that speed back up and hold us at 70 miles an hour. And we're going through a 75 there, so just accelerate with 75, which I just managed to accidentally do there. Oh well. I'm good at that, I suppose. So 75 passing, yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking down on the left for a milepost. And I'm looking for a milepost that is the number 59. 5959. So about 4 miles in, or 3 or 4 miles in now, so we'll see a milepost. That's our one of our markers for the approach to Waterbeach. And I believe we're going to see the marker momentarily. Bit low back on the engines, just keep us moving. There's the 59 milepost. And what we'll do is approaching the next signal, or passing the next signal, so we need to start braking. So yes, the 317 correction is a very, very simple train to drive, I find. So this is the signal breaker, and we'll select step 2. So we always try and brake for this in step 2 in the majority of units, because that is on a stepped unit you always want to brake in step 2, because step 2 is sort of quick enough that you can that you're not wasting energy and all that kind of good stuff. But it also means that so we've got 0.8 for miles, so I'll keep the speed up reasonably high for the moment. Waterbeach station will be just on the right there. But it also means that if I overcook it, I can always go into full service to slow us down a bit further. If I can't, if I don't make it into full service, or basically, I aim not to make it into full service. Sorry, English is hard. But it's one of those things. The system's there. You use it if you need to use it, right? So I do use the zoom feature in Train Simulator quite a bit, because I find you see a lot further in reality than you do in the game. You can see you've got Waterbeach stations, other platform approaching there. So I'm going to get us down to 30, passing the end. I've got no idea what those signs mean there, but they're there. As we approach Waterbeach. I'll just bring the train to a stand. I'm just looking on the right hand side now for a 4-car marker. Don't have one, so I'll just stop about here. So step 2, step 1, step 2, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1. There you go. And pop the doors. Welcome to Water Beach Station. So next up after this is Ely, which is where this scenario ends, and will continue in the next part. So Ely is about 9.4 miles from Water Beach, so this is definitely the longer part of this first scenario. And we'll move away. So starting from Water Beach, Ely's next at 9.4 miles away, and we can actually go straight up to 75. But there's a 90 limit not that far down the line from here. Grab a sip of my beverage. Quick beep of the horn. So when you deal with the whistleball, you're supposed to give one high tone like this. Approaching it, I tend to do the whole, 3 tones. So it makes it abundantly clear I'm a train, not just a car. Could be a car horn. I always sort of joke about train drivers looking miserable. But that miserable train driver face where they're sitting there sort of watching the world go by, yeah, that's what I look like right now. Oh dear. Yes, so I'm actually moving house this week, hopefully on Friday, so this video should go up on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm just working on some videos in my sort of spare time as I'm packing up. It's quite nice this time, because last time I moved, those of you who know, I moved from Rochester up to Newcastle. And now I'm just moving around the corner, which isn't too bad. It's only like 75 metres, so I can sort of load stuff. Most things aren't actually getting, most of the big stuff isn't getting boxed up because it doesn't need to be. I'm only going 75 metres, so things like my PC, I'm just going to unplug it. Probably stuff like, stuff anything, just carry it with me. It's 75 metres according to Google, but that is sort of the extended length according to, So stuff like my PC will just get carried over and plonked down. Obviously like things like clothes and stuff getting boxed up, but I'm not too stressed about this move. There's a 90 limit, so I'm just going to put the full power back in, and we're going to go over to 90. Hello 365. So yeah, I was looking. Yeah, so these are limited to 100. So they'll have. Well, sorry, these are max speed at 100. They can comfortably get over that comfortably. So that's just something to be aware of, I guess. But once again, our limit is 95. I'm just being realistic. I've had a long day on the railway, so I'm a bit tired now. Hopefully doing some cosplay videos tomorrow. It is worth checking out my cosplay YouTube channel. I'll plug this in here. So I've been doing a cosplay channel, which is Emily Jane, the Costume Queen. That's my people name, Emily Jane. And it's just, I'm going to be covering. I want to keep Northern Princess for gaming, but I also sort of want to, do my best basically with the other stuff. And I'm going to be using Emily Jane, the Cosplay Queen, for sort of vloggy style content. So tomorrow I'm doing the first video for my I don't see. So I've heard people call it a traniversary, but I don't like the phrase tranny. In my opinion, that's a slur. I call it a transversary or a traniversary, but yeah, I don't like the one version with the I, put it that way. It's just, yeah. Some people say I take it a bit too far. I don't. Yeah, it's one of those things like yeah. Okay, we are now So 75. There you go. That was well organised. But yeah, apart from that, it's been an alright couple of days for me. Well, alright day. I had a really stressful week at work. That's why I've not really been posting. It is entirely work's fault. Again, I don't want to talk too much about the job I do, but I'm a benefits admin in the UK. So if you're American, it's a bit like unemployment. And the whole pandemic thing means that our jobs have gone absolutely crazy. And it just, you know, when you hear every day about, oh, I haven't got a way to feed my family, oh, I haven't, oh, I can't, I've got no food, I'm homeless, and you hear that from people multiple times a day. It's exhausting in my opinion. It's one of those things. So, yeah. And that's why I generally, most days I'll come home, I'll probably do a little bit of role play because I can do that without focusing too much. That sort of comes as second nature, really. So, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just, even just thinking about it now, I'm borderlining on cold sweats. It's interesting, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, the way I look at it is, I actually get to, I go to work and I make a noticeable difference to someone else's day, and for me that's actually pretty cool, and that's what I like about the job. And I'm doing all right. It's just I'm getting a bit stressed, so that's why, combining that with moving, I was like, no, can't be doing that to myself. Bit of power on. So I'm going to try and get a video a day every day this week. Also, I mentioned it in the last video, but it's great to see PTG's back on the channel, or back on the YouTube. Sorry. He's a good lad. Is Peter? Sorry. He's I did a bit of tech support with him. I didn't actually fix it. Someone else did. But yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah. I always sound the horn approaching those foot crossings. Okay, we're now going to start at 15. Sorry, correction, 50. There we go. Okay, got an AWS warning there. So we can now slow down about 35 miles an hour for the arrival into Ely. My notes say 25, but I'm going to come in a bit hot, and if we see a 25 post, we slow down. So it is always a couple of days between me making notes and actually recording, so there's, I remember the large parts of this, but I don't remember all the parts. That was exceptionally done. That obviously wouldn't happen in the real world. My finger twitched and I accidentally kicked my reverser into the off position. I mean, I can probably coast it most of the way in from here, but still, that was exceptionally silly. Welcome to Ely. I'm going to slow it off now. 25 entering the platform. Or 20 entering the platform. I personally think is more than enough. So we're going to be stopping again right about halfway down. Welcome to Ely. Ely Cathedral, I'll point it out as we're loading passengers, and then we'll come back and see you in part 2. Well, so I'll come back and see you in part 2, which will be tomorrow morning for me. But for you guys, it'll be about a minute and a half. Well, it'll be pretty instantaneous as a jump cut. Okay, there's our stop marker, the number 4. There we go. So there you go. So I'll open the doors. I'll just point out very quickly. as Ely Cathedral. Very basic model, but again, like, you know, this isn't Cathedral Simulator, it's Train Simulator. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, we'll see you back on another route, so you'll see a bit of a transition. Alrighty guys, and just like that, we are back. So, we're now on the Fen line, by 4 aspect sims. There you go, we've got green aspect now, just been given the right way. Break off, reverse forward, and take power. So our next stop after Ely is a little port in about 5.6 miles, and our start speed out of Ely is actually 35 because the speed limit drops just there. I hope you guys are all doing tremendously well today. This unit is so quiet. I'm going to turn the audio up a bit. It's getting louder as we speed up, so I'll just turn it back down. So yes, yeah. Sorry, you see I'm recording this the day after I recorded part 1. So in my head, I'm like, what do I do? Got 35, we'll just coast once we pass this. There's our 60 post. So we'll accelerate ahead when we pass that. And we are going to be taking the line towards King's Lynn now. There's the 60. So what we'll do is we'll count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and take power. We're straight into full power now up to 60. Hello, Rog37. I've got an enhancement pack for that, which adds the nameplates, but everything else bulks with it, so I'm going to have a gut fixing now. Yeah. So I'm going to go up to 60, and then we'll coast. So yes, we did the capture in the earlier part of the video, but I'm actually going to crack the windows back open a bit. The sun's setting a lot more now. Okay, we'll get the speed down to 50. I wasn't paying attention to the world there, that's entirely on me. And this is Ely sidings on the right hand side, that's Ely Papworth, that's where the HSDs all went to retire. But obviously I've not modelled it on this because this is sort of just about pre-HSD retirement starting, really. I guess there'll probably be some 442s on there, but that would be the limit of it, basically. So we're now back on the main, so we can put power on. And we've got an EMU speed of 80, so we can just accelerate straight up to 80. One of the nice things about this run is the sun does set just as we're approaching the King's Lane, so you'll see the headlights start lighting up the ground and stuff. Transit. Right. Yeah, I say I'm out of things to talk about in the cab now. The AC doesn't work, which makes me sad, because it feels like it would be a warm day. just going to coast for now. And let the train carry us along. There is also a neutral section we'll pass at some point. Yes, this is a... I say I'm still unsure how to sort of feel about this sort of area for modelling routes, because it feels very bland. But that's what this area looks like to an extent. And it's sort of quite relaxing to almost, in my opinion, to drive through. But it's strange. It is just... it's different, right? So, gonna... you know, especially, you know, for me in the north, there's very little flat ground, whereas this entire area seems to be flat. 40 more with the board, so I'm just going to start slowing for the 40. So yeah, you've got a neutral section coming in, you can see the sign for it there. I'll demonstrate to you what happens if you drive this train through a neutral section whilst taking power. Which is quite cool feature-wise, actually. There we go. There is the station, so I'll just go on step 2 and slow it down. Now, it's quite a short platform, so I'm going to do about 10. But the S-car marker, so we'll stop right at the end. So I put a bit of power on just to keep us going. For some reason, I thought with the S-car marker, the stop marker was by the PIS, but we'll yeah. There we go. And we will release the doors. Welcome to Littleport. Again, the signage on this route is just gorgeous. Or the way that it's made. The customer site, it's got an XNSC sign there. First Capital Connect. I love the PIS screens here because, yep, we're going to King's Lynn. Those are our stops. So yeah, that is pretty cool, to me at least. It's pretty cool indeed. Obviously it's not intelligent or anything, it's just saying this is where the train stops after this, but yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll leave the brake on. And there we go. Always sound the horn before crossing a crossing like this, because we've been stationary, someone goes, oh, the train's stationary, starts crossing, you know, we can lose sight of them under the nose quite easily. So it's always just best to sound the horn. That's a bit close, but that's fine. Some cows in a field. Next stop after Littleport is down in Market, 10.12 miles away. 10.12 correction. Moo! That's what Charlie me wanted to do there. Yeah, start speed out here is 40 because we do enter a for this point work here we need to be at 40. So I'm just going to ease up to 40 really in step 3 maybe. So the spot indicators are quite cool. Basically, we're entering a single track section, so that would flash to say someone's entered the track from the other direction. Stop now or die. So yeah. So we're going to accelerate now. Put the foot to the floor. And I'm going to go to the external camera to show the exterior model. So you can see there's the magnets for the neutral section. Watch what happens to the front of my train, or the headlights specifically. as you go through the neutral section. Off, on. But we've now not got any power, so I need to tip the power back to off. And back in a step before we go. So you're supposed to coast through a neutral section. So basically have the power in idle. But it is what it is. And that is a disregard AWS. That's absolutely fine. Class 2 and 7's always confused me a little bit, because they're a bit of a weird family member in the PEP family. Because, well, you know, PEPs to me are sort of commuter units, you know, 455, 313, commuter, you know, top speed 75. Whereas these are 90 mile an hour, sort of almost express units, really. And it's, yeah, interesting. I was supposed to screenshot this. There is also a 317 preservation group now going, which, yeah, I think has attracted a little bit of ridicule, unfortunately, but, yeah. Some of it from me as well, but you make a silly comment, you get a silly answer, frankly. So we are rattling along. Oh, I think this is probably the fastest single track section of train line in the UK. So when, yeah, that's another thing actually. I'm not, you know, seeing foot crossing, so hitting the whistle board, but the other horn, sorry, because it's not too late. But most people in trains can do this. Or you're only supposed to give a single tone. To be honest, I personally think the single tone thing's a bit silly, because, well, that doesn't sound like a car horn, but could be, you know, one of those car horns that could get modified. That you know, could be that. Okay, a bit quick. Off. We'll just coast for now. But yes, as I say, you know, the yeah. Sorry. So basically, the whole two-tone malarkey. You know, I personally support doing two tones because I just think that's clearly a train at that point, whereas just could be like a lorry or some sort of something, you know. Put the power back on. Okay, so a mile and a half after this kink, we start getting a slowdown to 75 miles an hour. So it's about a minute really until we need to start. Sorry, until we well, about a minute now. So we've really got about 40 seconds until I want to start thinking about slowing off. Power off. I'll just coast for now. And I'm trying to sight a speed post in the distance. Don't see one. I'll better give you an idea of the route map that we're taking today. This is the map of this area of the route. Okay, my game's now frozen. So we started off here at Ely, we're now here at Downham Market, and that's thingy. Yep, there's a 75 post on the next corner. can see it's obviously used to be double track through here because this bridge is designed for double track, but it's been single for a long time. GSMR communication station, I think that'll be. And I'm just going to coast because we're not that far from the station now. Yeah, the station will be in those trees, I believe, so we'll let it run a bit more and then break in step 2. We can also do that and close the rest of your board. I'm not sure if it has any effect on the sound, apart from once it goes click or bang. Okay, we're now approaching the double track section, so we're going to slow off again. Summer's evening so very little on the wheel slip. Comparing this to the 101, the 101 slips like an absolute female dog. Juice back in. Yeah, I started far too early for this. Got a green aspect, something's just cleared in. So yeah, the green will be. Well, that's a signal repeater, I think. But again, we'll have a look at sort of where we are. Yeah, I was a bit very cautious there. Oh well. You can see we're just before the station, but we can still sort of keep going for a bit longer. But it's fine. Plenty of time, so I can also change the us over to DOO, which we'll do for this station, the purpose of this station, just to give a bit of variety today. It's strange the way that the catenary looks like that. You'd think that's obviously designed to hang another set of knitting off, but you know, looking at the gauging, you can tell it's not. Yeah, okay, I'm now going to slow off for sure. Step 2, nice decisive brake application. From going double track, it's a quarter of a mile at the station. So yeah, nice step 2 brake. Coming in, looking for the 4-car marker. I can see that little black sign there next to the DOO board. So I'm just going to put a little bit of juice on as we come at the Downham Market station. Definitely should have brake on, so I'm going to release the doors. I think I might have. Oh. It's, yeah, pressed the wrong button. Oh well. It's fine, we'll let the game handle itself. So yes, from Downham Market, our next stop is Watling, about 4.7 miles. And then after that it's another 6 miles to King's Lynn, so we're very nearly there now basically. It's about 10 miles to go. Doors are shut. Alright, now away we go. So, let's see. Watling next, 4.7 miles, starting speed limit is 75 miles an hour. So we can actually just go straight into full pack. It's a dry evening, so we're not too concerned about spinning wheel slip. But we can watch the speedometer and you can see it increases in a very nice sort of smooth way. A bit of flickery light. Sorry about that, folks. Gorgeous clouds we got. Love to go flying in there. So I'm going to build the speed up to 75 and then we coast. And so it's a the cruise down to Watling. It's basically just done at 75 miles an hour the whole way. It's a little under 4 minutes time, we should be there. Well, probably a hair over it actually, by the time taking into account acceleration. We're now entering a new CSR area. Adjust the pitch of my seat for a bit more comfort whilst driving. Once we go up to 75, we'll just coast. Just coast now. So the marker I'm looking for is basically a wooden foot crossing. As soon as I see that, well, it's 10 seconds later, so just count 10 in our heads. We start slowing down. I think I'm probably just going to leave the window open on that side, and then keep this side nice and thingy, because I'll get some fresh air in, but also not distract me as much, shall we say. Nope, this is not it. Great, another train coming the other way. I don't know why I sound surprised. I built this scenario, so I should know. Wonder what that is. Like ghosty silhouette. So again, just looking at the map. That's Watling, which is where we're going. Very well, where? There. Watlington's there. And then King's Lynn is around there. So I'm going to start braking now. This is the wooden crossing, so I'll just give it a couple more seconds, then brake. So I've got the yawns this morning. Grab a sip of my beverage, see if that helps me wake up. There's the station lights. It's not time to do this, I know. There we go, so doors are now under my control. So we will release the doors ourselves on this station just for fun. See, that AWS caught me off guard. warning post, so we're aware of that. And this is another short platform, so I'll end it at 15. So yes, this service we're running today, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned it so far, is the Train 1 Hotel 90, which is a London Liverpool Street to King's Lynn service, the only service of the day. So I'm going to start right down this end, and then we'll release the doors. And this is the line the Queen takes. She goes from King's Cross, I believe, when she goes to Sandria. So release the doors. I'm going to wait for we'll get a little pop-up saying platform duties are complete. It's very difficult to judge 35 seconds, to the point that the game will be happy with it. So yeah, just quickly looking back in the cab. So yeah, we'll be crossing over here, and you can see we go single track again. We've got platform duties complete. So, do we have a physical door close button? Yes, we do. Once the door's closed, and away we go. Interesting, the compressor kicked in there, not before we thingied. There's a fart in a spacesuit for that, but it is what it is. There's a good old NSC Watlington sign. We've got a green aspect, so we can go ahead. And remember, it is a 40 over the crossing. So you give it a minute and the headlights will start illuminating the ground, but you can see how much darker it's got. It feels quite sudden almost. Quite a rapid onset of darkness. Yes, we're now going up to 90. So King's Lynn is 6.1 miles, 6.01 miles, so near 6 miles exactly, from Watling Station. I washed my hair last night, which I'm quite proud of actually. Like, it feels, especially with the way my professional life has been going, like, it's sort of a bit like, I deserve a badge for getting showered and shaved. I need to go and do some shopping actually after this. So I need to do some shopping and then bring up making a video, and then, for the cosplay channel. I've been threatening to make all week, but just haven't had the chance to do it yet. You know what, I can't be bothered. I'm not going to do it. It's fine. So I've got no real original ideas. That's 90. I'm panicking there too much. There we go. So 73 what we're doing now about. There in, there out. We'll not sound the horn anymore because it's dark. There's very unlikely to be someone out around. And it's after 9 o'clock, so we can't really use the horn anymore anyway. So it's basically use the horn between 6 AM and 9 PM. So I think this train actually this train stables at King's Lynn tonight. So, well, obviously we won't be doing it in the video, but someone will be responsible for taking it up to the carriage sidings at King's Lynn. What we can actually do whilst we're motoring here is get 90, pull back to notch 3, and just cycle through till we get the non-service. but then just makes it go dark, which is absolutely fine. And it just means, obviously, it's one less item for us to do when we bring the train into the station. Gorgeous lighting, this. Grab a screenshot there. I feel like I've done 2 dusk videos in a row. Oh well. It's just, yeah, okie doke. So, we've got a 70 speed limit. That is, let's see. Yeah, so I need to just brake and Stephanie. In step 2, so just start scrubbing that speed off nicely. Ooh, great balls of fire. And there's the headlight kicking in now. So part of AP scripting with this loco, or with this train correction, is that basically you end up with the headlights not illuminating anything until after, like a few minutes after it gets dark. So obviously we can now see that the headlight illuminating the ground in front of us, which is quite nice. So we'll just skim the speed off. It's 30, roughly after this bridge. So in step 2, this thing brings speed back really nicely. So yeah, yeah. Now we'll slow it down nicely. There's a 30 post. So you know what, like, there's, yeah, the whole, being slowed down within within like a couple of seconds of the right point, I think is a little bit really unsafe. I don't know why I've got stutters. Apologies for that, folks. But I can promise you we are very nearly there right now. Although you guys can see substantially more on the on OBS than I can, so I may just play by watching OBS. There we go, there's 30, so down at 30 now, so that's fine. Got a single amp on the approach, which is fine. This is the signal controlling the approach into the station. So coming off this curve, the speed limit drops to 25, which is absolutely fine. Got a guy there. Make him aware that we're coming. Otherwise I'm going to stand at the horn there. King's Lynn is quite a favourite place for rail tours as well. Although they don't tend to come down this route, I think. Although that might be a fun run for in the other direction, a 57, just racking a 57 down here with the Northern Bell. So by the way, the doors still are in driver operated mode, so what we'll do is slow down for this red. Yeah, it's a signalling fault. So I'm not using it as to get a jail free card, I just know this scenario. That shouldn't have been a red. And that's why most of the rail tours seem to turn around in that area, whereas this is the line at the platform, Kingston Junction, signal box. Welcome to King's Lynn. Go 365 in the other platform. So as we're approaching at the platform, we can start flicking some switches in the cab. I'll wait until we're actually within the platform itself. Actually, I'll wait until when the platform get the nice lit up front. There we go. So, tail light, sorry, markers, heads, tails. There you go. Nice and shut down front. I've seen drivers doing it as they're pulling into the stop, so I mean, yeah. We'll stop at the end here. And just to make sure we're stopping as close to the end as we can, I'm going to stop just as that goes under the nose. There we go. So put full status brake on, reverse it off, and we shall release the doors. Fascinating. Well, the doors won't open, but that's absolutely fine. So we're done for today's video, folks. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a semi-regular basis, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.